Hi.
Oh, hello. Am I the only attendee?
Hi, Mira.
Hi.
We have a few other people registered, but who knows who's going to show up because I sent this out last minute and I was going to try to do it for Wednesday, but nice to see you, Ellen.
Nice to see you.
And good to see you, my love, Mira.
Hi.
Yeah, so this is recording so we can share with others who will be joining in the group. How's everybody doing?
Doing well?
Yeah. Ellen, so I was just speaking with Mira. Mira, it's so good to see you, my love.
You too. You
Good to
look the same.
you. Oh my God, maybe just a few years, post-COVID years later.
All right.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, everybody's changed a little bit from that. So,
yeah, I know.
mhm.
How are you, Ellen?
Doing well. I am already registered for your program, so excited to join and have some results and success.
Yeah, so Ellen, I forget, like, where are you located?
In Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, which is like the Poconos northeast corner.
Okay. And I forget how you got on my email list. Curious like how you got on my email list. Were you
I think I followed you on LinkedIn and then maybe signed up for your email blasts. And
Mhm.
I've enjoyed the content. And then when this came on, I just spent a week at Canyon Ranch in Lenox, Massachusetts, and so I'm looking to kind of continue the
Awesome.
progress. And your 5-week program slid right into sort of a continuation. And I thought this is meant to be.
Awesome. What were you doing in Canyon Ranch? I spent some time there myself,
Yeah,
actually.
just I was attracted to the digital detox element of it, leaving your phone in your room, and then I did a whole smattering of the activities, a lot of the physical, gym and yoga and workouts, but also fencing and
Mhm.
archery and walks in the Berkshire Mountains, hikes in the Berkshire
Mm.
Mountains. What else? And of course, massage and some of the spa things. So it was
Awesome.
good.
Well, I am so happy to see you face to face, really. And Mira, it's great to see you face to face. And for those of you who are going to watch this replay, I'm really excited that you said yes to yourself. And that is a big deal in a time where people are feeling uncertain, even in the post-COVID world. We're all upside down and I just congratulate you for saying yes to yourself. And that's really what this is entirely about. I don't know where Ellen went, but hopefully she's there. I wanted to just ask you right now at this time and place, what questions come up for you? What do you have a burning desire for right now? I mean, why did this Ignite program interest you? I mean, I think, Ellen, you mentioned that you just came back from Canyon Ranch. Um, I would love to hear from you, basically what you're looking forward to in terms of changes or transformations or anything. Yeah.
Sure. Well, the program description was what intrigued me most, and igniting uh, your metabolism, having a group that and a coach that I would check in with, because
Mhm.
I think as I filled out the registration form, what I struggle with most is consistency.
Mhm.
And I get a certain distance towards the goal, and then I'm like, oh, this is going really well. I can afford to, fill in the blank. And then
Mhm.
before I know it, I'm right back where I started and
Mhm.
disgusted with myself. So this is, I think, a good, and the time was good for me. Monday nights are really good. And
Mhm.
the 6 o'clock Zoom, just fits in really well. So
Perfect.
What I'm hoping is to, continue and stay on a path, longer than I've been able to in the past. I liked the way you framed it also for the last 100 days. As we get closer to the end of the year, it's always a really happy time. My birthday is right at Christmas, and I'm turning 60 this year. So the best birthday present I could give myself is to be in my pre-COVID shape, because I keep saying, I'm carrying around my own COVID-19, that 19 pounds that quarantine and lack of activity put on.
Good. That is awesome. And I ran this program, and I before I go into that, but Mira, tell me, I know you're not registered right now, but like I want to hear from you, Mira, right? This moment in time, what you desire the most, just in simplistic terms, or what you love to manifest over the next 100 days.
I just want things to be different. I want things to be easier. I want to enjoy the things that I have to do more. And, maybe those become different things, like maybe a different job, or, so I just want, because as we talked about before, there's a lot of stuff that I have to do, but I'd like there to be more. I'd like to have more in my life that I want to do. I mean, I have plenty of things that I want to do, but I guess it's also time. And I want to have a job that I enjoy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. I love that. And wherever you are in terms, and everybody has their health concerns and wanting to lose some weight and wanting to transform their habits and their mindset and thinking. And here's the deal, Ellen, I haven't really met you in person, so I'm super psyched that we're face to face here, like virtually, but in live. And Mira knows a little bit about me because she's joined in my past programs. The thing is, what makes this program different, whether the messaging is perfectly spot on or not, is I've run this program nutritionally, a nutrition program for weight loss. That's what I've been doing for the last 10 to 12 years, helping people to lose up to 100 pounds of body fat. And what I have learned over the last 10 years, really, and especially over the last 5 years, is my coaching excellence and really climbed, where when I incorporated the NLP, neuro linguistic programming techniques into my coaching program, which is a behavioral framework, it really became a game changer for my clients. So it wasn't just about the nutrition mechanics. It became so much more than that. It became about the fundamental disconnect between our thinking and how we see ourselves, how we envision ourselves. And when I help people facilitate that envisioning process, that's why it's about visioning yourself differently, in 5 weeks, because I take you through weekly the nutrition mechanics, and we're all doing this together, but at the same time, I'm asking you the hard questions around seeing yourself differently. And when that happens, really, truly, in all my private and coaching clients and group coaching clients, that becomes a super game changer, because anybody, nutrition can tell you, eat this, not that, do this, do that. And I did that for so long. And I know that part of the system works because it's based on low carbohydrate eating. It's about balancing your blood sugar and knowing what you're eating, your timing of eating, and how that translates to losing body fat. From the science perspective of it, I know that hands down, working with obesity medicine doctors and learning from them, I totally understand that to scientific evidence-based level. So you're going to get that by working with me, hands down. The thing that makes me different in working with you, and which I hope you're open to, is really about the mindset transformations. It's about starting to see yourself differently. It's about losing that dialogue, losing the negative dialogue around the conditioning that we've become used to around, I can't stand the way I look. I can't stand the way I feel. And it's really ultimately about gaining a whole new confidence in yourself. Really, like, it's not just about losing like 15 to 20 pounds of body fat. It's really about gaining a whole new confidence and being absolutely decisive and clear about your decisions and the choices that you're making. And my marketing sucks because it doesn't really relay that clearly, but this is why I felt like it's really important to just get on a Zoom and talk to you about this, because really that's the magic formula that changes my clients' lives. And the losing the body fat, losing 20 pounds or whatever, that's just a surface thing. All right. And that can go up and down over time. Most of my clients that go through a private coaching program with me, 6 months or a year, lose their body fat permanently. They are able to manage their weight successfully without feeling shameful, without feeling guilty, without feeling like restrictive. They can do this really naturally and feel confident in the choices that they're making. But the biggest benefit that comes out of this is truly about being more sure about themselves. And I work with women who are very accomplished and successful on paper and in their career lives and in their family lives. And the disconnect is what happens at home. They may be incredibly accomplished or incredibly respected in their public life, in their world, in their environment, but in their personal life, they're so stressed or they're feeling so low that they're diving into that Ben and Jerry's at night, or they're diving into too much alcohol, and they don't feel aligned with the amount of success that they've been able to achieve. And they always don't feel enough. No matter how much they're achieving, they never feel enough. And this is the bottom line of this program. Maybe it should be the I Am Enough program or something like that, but it truly is about feeling enough. And sometimes we can't really see that for ourselves. We need objectivity. And I don't know, I've worked with Mira, but Ellen, have you worked with a coach before?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so when you work with a coach, you have objectivity, and it's if you work with a therapist, you're working in your past history of performance and behavior, of why you're doing the things that you are doing today based on history, right? And you come to an understanding about why you make the choices that you make today. When you work with a coach, it's about your goals. It's about your dreams and your desires. And how do we really get to those desires? How do we make them actionable? And working with a coach helps you break that down into real actionable goals. And so that's what I'm really excited about in this program. So I'll just outline for you, just not to take up too much time of your time, because this is only supposed to be like a quick little thing. But Ignite is really, can you guys see my screen?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me just try to make it bigger. have a million things on my screen. So why is there such a high percentage of failure in terms of losing weight? There's so much misinformation out there. I am here to give you the truth. And it's not about myth, it's about science, it's about evidence-based nutrition. And our healthcare system is an emergency healthcare system. They're never going to really give you everything you need to actually do things on your own. And so it comes down to also habits, your lifestyle habits, how you live the minute you wake up and the time you go to sleep. It's your everyday daily habits. So we're going to get into all of that over 5 weeks. The other thing, as I mentioned, is about disbelief. If you've been on the diet roller coaster over and over and over again, many people who come to me at this stage say, well, I'll give it a try. I'm not sure if it's really going to work for me, but what the hell? I'll just give it a try. So they're already coming into a program or a situation with disbelief. So, and the other thing is fear of change. Believe it or not, clients have come to me and said, I'm afraid to lose 50 pounds because I'm afraid my husband's not going to keep up with me. I'm afraid that my life is going to change. And I don't want to mess things up. Believe it or not, they are in fear of their own personal change because they're afraid that what the repercussions are. I mean, I've really seen it all in terms of all the reasons why people decide to resign on themselves. And then there's the actual food addiction part. In terms of highly processed foods, high glycemic foods, and high sugar foods that keep you hooked. And that's at the basic formula. That's why the first week is about breaking up with sugar. And we're going to help you change that addiction by first through education and understanding what happens to your body when you are actually consuming sugar and your blood sugar is elevated and on a roller coaster on an ongoing basis. And then again, like I mentioned, there's disconnection. There's good disconnection of lack of awareness of yourself. And sometimes in my coaching sessions, we are meditating. We're getting super present with ourselves. So over the 5 weeks, what's different about this program is it's like an inside out job. It's really about like getting super present and loving yourself so much, caring and coming to compassion with yourself, forgiving yourself, not feeling shameful about your relationship with food, but truly desiring a different kind of outcome in terms of confidence and sureness around the choices that you make. And obviously, everyday interference, like Mira mentioned, she has 2 kids, one beautiful child on the autism spectrum, and there's a lot of different challenges that come into play here. Just family life, career life, business life, spouse life, things that become interference. And part of this coaching program is being able to navigate some of those interference issues as well. So I want you to think about in the next 30, 60, 90, beyond this program, beyond 5 weeks, what is the single most important thing that you desire to materialize? Any thoughts about that? You take a minute to think about it, but like, what is the single most important thing that you desire to materialize? Whether it be losing body fat, whether it be changing a career or manifesting more money, I want you to think about what is the single most important thing that you desire, what you really want. I want you to be able to declare that out loud in your internal thinking as well as externally.
Well, for me, it's definitely a physical improvement. I want to be strong again. I want to be in my pre-COVID weight, and I want it to stick. So, if I can get there and or close progress in 60 days, I want to keep going in 90, and I want to keep it at a at my successful level and hold.
Okay. Good. Okay. So there's a physical appearance thing. And can I comfortably ask you if you feel comfortable answering? Can I ask you why is that so important to you?
Because I was in very good shape before COVID, and now, and I keep thinking, oh, I know how to do it. I used to work with a trainer, I know the steps, and it's just I can't. In whatever post-COVID lifestyle has changed, I never seem to be able to have the consistency that I obviously need. And I don't fit in my clothes. I've had to buy more new clothes. I've had to, I'm just uncomfortable. I don't feel like myself.
Okay. I love that. What if we were to create a whole new vision and we work towards that new vision of yourself?
I can visualize it because it was me just 4 years ago.
Okay. All right. Let's help you get there. So consistency and over 5 weeks is about making agreements, making changes every single week. 1% of changes accumulates to a lot of changes. I'm not saying you're just going to make 1% of changes. I'm going to challenge you to do more every week, but you're going to do what you can. And if you can make the 1% change, that is great because you've shifted, you've made a change. Nothing's going to change if you don't make changes, right? You got to do things differently. So I'm going to challenge you to do things differently. And everybody might have a little slightly different challenge. Okay. All right. How about you, Mira?
Well,
30, 60, 90 days.
yeah, I am having a hard time thinking about a single
Okay.
most important thing. I mean, yes, I'd like to lose some weight, particularly around the midsection. I have the menopause midsection. Um, yes, I wish I liked going to work better, but it's also not terrible,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm sort of in this slump. And
Mm-hmm.
I guess the way I would describe it is I want more flexibility in my life. I want it to be easier financially. I want it to be easier, with my son who's on the spectrum. I just want to just not feel tired about life, I guess.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. All right. So there's not one thing, and sometimes we don't have clarity on what we really want because our wants have been so quieted by what everybody else's wants are for us, right?
Mhm. Or
So
need. Yeah,
yeah,
but
or needs, wants, desires, what everybody else's needs are for us have become so dominant in our lives.
yeah, that's for sure.
That is conditioned, that is what's needed first. But as quaint and as cute as it may be, we can't really give from an empty cup. So looking at the next 30, 60, 90, 100 days, perhaps I can challenge you, Mira, and say, how are you going to fill your cup? How are you really going to um, really see yourself differently so that you can just be more confident in the choices that you're making for yourself and your family and everybody else? But first, it starts with you, right? And I call it a manifesto. So, like, a manifesto is really a new idea, a prescriptive notion that changes our narrative. So it really starts with who am I today? And we're going to get into that on week 1 and defining what that means. The 1 hour, well, this is more than I wanted to share with you, but in week 1, you know, like we're really going to get into goals and intentions, and depending on the group and how much of knowledge there is around the breaking up with sugar, there's going to be a lesson in each week on the basic fundamentals about what is necessary to lose body fat, okay, and change your body composition. That is a given. Like, you're going to walk away with this and you may start eating differently, and you are going to know what to do. And that is not the problem, because most people know what to do, but they're just not doing it, right? So each week, I'm going to challenge you in terms of your thinking, in terms of adopting how you're doing things, and how are you imagining and visualizing yourself, and how every single day something might be changing throughout your week. And that's really what this is about. I'm going to be setting up a private Facebook group. Ellen, are you on Facebook?
Oof, I'm not.
You're not? Okay, that's all right. That's all right. If not everybody's on Facebook, I can send out email cues on a daily basis, or reminders. But basically, what I want you to do is really join that 1 hour, 75 minutes on Mondays, and adopt the lessons, and then be able to take it further. Every week we're going to have an action for change. Okay. And that first week we will be eliminating hidden sugars and processed foods. We're going to be clearing out our cabinets. We're going to be going through, you know, just think of it as a cleaning out. Okay. We're going to go through our refrigerators and pantries, and we're just going to get rid of the junk, declutter. Okay. And we're going to be focusing on the mindful paleo plate, which is 50% leafy greens, and mostly meat, fish, eggs, you know, low carbohydrate. Are there any allergies or food sensitivities here?
For me, just shrimp.
Okay. So there's plenty of options besides shrimp in terms of protein, but I'm going to help narrow, you know, like show you exactly 50% of your plate is going to be the mindful paleo plate. And maybe it will help to help you give. I'll send the shopping list and just kind of the mindful paleo plate in advance. But the lesson 1 is really understanding your food resources, and really adopting as clean eating as possible over the next 5 weeks. You can decide or not to decide if you're going to eliminate alcohol, wine. As much as I love my rosé, when it comes to this program, it's the killer of the dream, and that's the truth of it all. You know, if you're serious about making this program effective for you, it does mean eliminating alcohol for at least 5 weeks to see a change. You're going to be on a much slower crawl without wine or alcohol. But depends on where you're starting from. Okay. So no refined carbohydrates like muffins, no bagels, no English muffins or cereals or any of that. You're going to be having eggs for breakfast. You're going to have tuna fish for lunch and chicken for lunch and salads, and dinner you're going to have chicken or a steak for dinner and a salad, and 50% of your plate is going to be cooked or raw leafy greens. That's really the basic tenet of it, is low carb paleo, eating as closest to the source as possible. So nothing in a package, wrapper, or a box. No pastas, no grains. You get to decide on the dairy. If you have dairy sensitivities, then, or if you're going through hormonal fluctuations, I would say cut your dairy in half, or not at all. If you're going through hormonal fluctuations, if you're going through perimenopause or through menopause right now, I would say just give your body a chance to clear for 5 weeks, and just not do dairy, not do cottage cheese, yogurt, milk products. Skip the cheese for a few, at least a couple weeks, and see, you're going to see a noticeable difference. Okay. And if you have trouble with coming up with ideas around how to eat in terms of meal planning and stuff like that, we'll get into that. So that's really about breaking up with sugar. Weak to Strong is a whole lesson on nutrition and weight and exercise and your body composition, and how nutrition plays directly into your body composition in terms of maintaining or increasing your muscle mass. So really, nutrition is 90% of the challenge in terms of weight loss. But when you are actually doing weight-bearing exercises, only as minimum as twice a week or even once a week, where you're putting a full-on effort of doing weight-bearing exercises at the gym in a controlled manner, then the food that you're eating is actually fueling muscle mass and is changing your metabolism. And I'm going to get into the science behind that. So one of the other things that I highly recommend is, if you have a scale at home, a body composition scale, or if you belong to a gym that has an in-body machine or a body composition machine, let's this week decide to get a set point. Measure your body fat, your muscle mass, and your total body weight. If you have a measurement around water, that's great, hydration. But it's called an in-body machine. Are you familiar with that, Ellen?
Yeah, yes, I have a body composition scale here at home.
Okay, it's a bioimpedance scale. Excellent. And have you conferred it with other in-body machines at a gym, like a little bit more sophisticated machines?
Not since COVID.
Okay. That's okay. You just need a baseline. Okay.
Mhm.
As long as you're measuring body fat and your muscle mass, because we want to see muscle mass either maintained or increased, and we want the body fat to be going down. Okay. We want to shrink body fat. And the way we're going to do that is actually balancing your blood sugar on a day-to-day basis. And we're going to get into the mechanics of that in terms of the timing of your eating and what's on your plate. Obviously, stress is a factor in that. So one of the things that I would recommend is, let's do a one-on-one meeting and do a whole health history evaluation, or send me your health history. I can send that out. And basically, let's see where you're at to begin with and have your start set point. But right tonight or tomorrow morning before the beginning of the week, get your measurements, your body fat, your muscle mass, and your total body weight to begin with. All right. You will know in terms of waist size and arm size. Basically, if you start, you will lose at least a couple of pounds over 5 weeks, hopefully more, but you will notice the difference in the looseness in your pants. Okay. Lesson 3 is about stronger immunity and really defending viruses, allergies, and illnesses. And there's a whole concept around turning on your natural defenses on that lesson. So that's on week 3. Healthy joints, bones, and muscles. You're going to talk about foods that keep your joints and bones and muscles juicy after the age of 40. And then lesson 5, I might mix that up actually. Mindful eating might come up earlier in the weeks. I have to move that up. Mindful eating, we're going to get into a whole exercise on mindful eating during class. And I'm going to give you some prompts in terms of things to bring to the Zoom. And part of it will be experiential. Like we're going to bring a candle, we're going to bring a plate, we're going to bring chopsticks, and we're going to practice mindful eating together. It's like very experiential. And I have a whole lesson plan about the spirituality of food. So that's like huge. That in itself is a standalone course, but I'm going to put that into like a short, like 1 hour segment with Q&A and discussion. And then the last piece of it is we talk a lot about macronutrients, but I'm going to talk about micronutrients. And so we're going to talk about minerals and what minerals do for your body and what's necessary. Sometimes we need supplementation because the quality of our food is just not enough. So I'm going to get into minerals. So this is 6 lessons. I have to figure out like what weak to strong, healthy bones and weak to strong will be collapsed. And I'm bringing mindful eating up earlier in the week. I wanted this to be a 5-week course. So the healthy bones is going to be collapsed with weak to strong. Sorry about this. I forgot to delete that part. I do a 6-week course and a 5-week course. Well, this is a 5-week course because some people get turned off. Oh my God, 6 weeks is too long. So I wanted this to be compact. I do recommend that if you haven't done a one-on-one with me, let's schedule a time to do a one-on-one and health history evaluation. So I understand where you're coming from. If you have medical issues, if you have concerns, that in that one-on-one that we make sure that I understand where you're coming from. And I will send you a link to that. So I owe you guys basically a format for a shopping list, what foods are in, what foods are out, what materials you need, including a body composition scale, and probably a dedicated journal over the next 5 weeks. Because when we're meeting in person, I'm giving you information as we speak and strategies that may not be written anywhere. It's like, this is the live time. This is the live course. It's not a recorded thing where you just hit play. It's like, I'm coaching you in session. So you're going to be writing things down. And then what else do I owe you? Anything else?
I think that covers it.
Yeah. So, really, there's always going to be a segment in each lesson about transforming your mind. So sometimes we have to start with the basic mechanics of the to-dos because we're conditioned at a conscious level of doing things on a daily basis of, okay, this is what I just have to fix, or this is what I need to change. And we can easily put our heads around that. But in the live coaching sessions, I'm going to be challenging you to think a little deeper and reframing your definitions around food, reframing your definitions around your habits, and reframing the definitions about the vision of yourself, how you see yourself. And some of it sometimes may feel slightly uncomfortable, but we're going to challenge yourself because we don't break through until we break through a little different change. Okay. And that's when the beautiful magic happens. So that's kind of the basic overview. But this entire Ignite week is a basic fundamental. This is like the foundational pieces that I teach in all of my programs. Anybody that starts with me. we take this to a deeper level, whether it's on one-on-one coaching or an extended program where we get deeper into the mindset conditions where we want to attain much, much bigger goals than just losing body fat. But this is the fundamental program that I've designed that has worked for numerous clients over the last 10 years. Most of my clients work with me privately, but I have group programs that happen 2 or 3 times a year, just like this. And I wanted to offer this before the holidays so you get a little head start, and not necessarily so that you can gain the weight back, but so that you can actually manage this into the new year. So this is just the foundation so that you don't have to be up 20 pounds in January, okay? And that you adopt these habits ongoing. So that's kind of the overview. Do you have any questions? Does this seem clear, or how can I help you further? Do you have questions? What am I missing? Tell me what you need from me. Anything?
I don't know, Tina, I thought this was very clear. I look forward to the links and the follow-ups and then, getting started.
Okay. All right. We're going to start next Monday, October 2nd at 6 o'clock. And I'm still trying to fill a few more spots. It's a small group. And so hopefully we will get a few more people slotted into this. I don't want it to be overwhelmingly big because I want to give enough attention. Only an hour a week is kind of tough. So I wanted to keep it to 5 to 8 people at the most. And just wanted to keep it super compact as just kind of a foundational course. So if you know of anybody who's interested in joining or might benefit from this, certainly have them reach out to me, and I'll send them this replay. All right.
Terrific.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time. I'm so grateful that you joined me tonight. And I just want to let you go, and well wishes over this week. The most important thing this week is preparing your mind, preparing your kitchen, preparing for clearing out a lot of junk and unnecessary things in your life. I'll help you navigate what's necessary and what's prioritized each week. But this week, just kind of be like really ready for this. Okay. And know that it's way beyond just nutrition mechanics. This is about teaching you lifestyle mechanics at a fundamental level. But so much more is in there for you. Okay. And anytime you have any questions, just reach out to me. Just reply. What do you have, Mira? Anything, my love?
I don't even know that I can make it the next 5 weeks. So I have to look at my schedule. I just have to see. I've got so much extra going on right now. This might not be a good time for me, but it sounds like a very exciting program. And maybe when's the next one going to be? Do you know?
I might not offer something like this, especially at this kind of foundational,
Okay.
like this is actually an online course that I've coached live through 6-week programs, and I've priced it at $1,200 in the past. And I've had small groups join me from all around the world around this. And I just wanted I don't know what's happening, but it's like, it's been more, maybe there's just more stuff out there and there's just a lot of noise. But you guys know me, and trust me. And I will never, ever let you down with that, because I want you to succeed. Your success is so important to me. It means the world to me. So I want to make sure that you get this. And to me, your success is more important than anything. Whether we have 2 people in the program or 5 people in the program, I don't need to have 100 people in the program. That's not what this is about. Okay.
Yep.
All right. So we can
Okay.
follow up later, Mira.
Sure, sounds good.
Thank you so much for your time, Ellen and Mira. I'm so happy to see you again.
It's good to see you too.
Yeah, but we'll catch up afterwards, okay?
Sounds good.
All
All
right.
right, thank you
Thank
both.
you, Ellen.
Bye.
I'll talk to you
Sure.
soon. Have a great
Okay.
week. See you next
You
week.
too.
All right.
Bye-bye.